Welcome to the Are You Not Entertained podcast. We are your hosts, Infamous and Treese, where we give our unfiltered takes on gaming, movies, tech, and everything entertainment. If we feel it's relevant, we've got an opinion on it. So let's get into it.
Golly, look. People in the comments gonna be like, "Yo, Treese was very angry in this episode because everything in this fucking topics ain't shit."
They're gonna be like, "What happened this week?" They're very, very vocal. Very
Look, Xbox came with this bullshit. Fucking Nintendo in this bullshit. Like they're gonna be like, "Yo, Treese is just." But going on to our next topic. Listen, Sony's blunder. PS5 Pro worth it. And I'm gonna keep it short and simple. And I ain't even got to spend that low in my opinion. No, all this is pulled from the PlayStation website if you can't recognize. And I'm just gonna go down the list. And I was very surprised that they even have a certified refurbished PlayStation 5 console up for sale, and it's $399, $400. I'm not even gonna go that $99 route. It's $400.
Please don't.
The PS5 console, 1 TB, $550. The PlayStation Digital Edition, $500. I don't even understand why some of these tiers of consoles even exist. And we get to the PlayStation 5 Pro console at $7. There is not enough difference or gap or performance or whatever you want to call the Pro from the regular version for me, baby, to justify the price difference. $750? You better load Space Marines in 2 seconds, bitch. And it's not happening. So, and we all know if you play Space Marines, getting on them servers take forever in the fucking day. And
you can go make dinner and come back and it's still loading.
Yes. And sometimes when there's too much stuff on the screen at one time, it will stutter. But that can happen on a regular PlayStation 5 and on the PlayStation 5 Pro, which I didn't even realize. And Sony is grimy too. Sony is really grimy for this, and I didn't even realize it because, mind you, the Pro was never ever a thought in me purchasing. Why? Because it's not enough difference. So therefore, you did not work hard enough to justify the price difference for me. That's one. It ain't got no disc drive. For $750, you ain't got no fucking disc drive attached. And I didn't even realize until I started looking it up. Sony did that intentional to fucking drive the price of the fucking attachable disc attachment. Like, they did that purposely. They did not put a disc drive option on the Pro so that you was forced to buy the attachment for the disc drive. They did that purposely. That's very anti-consumer, bitch. Because every now and then, and I don't got a lot of them, I still got physical games. And every now and then, I'll think like, oh, I have that on disc. I have to put that in. And if I was to go to a $750 console and I was looking stupid because it was looking at me while it was looking at me with no disc drive, you can't justify that. You can't justify that price. That's just my short and simple take. And it's very apparent, and a lot of I guess latest numbers about how much money, revenue, whatever the PS5 has done, baby, it is still very much behind the PS4 sales of consoles and accumulation, and how many of them are in the market, and how many of them have active users. Pro and regular PS4 still has such a large chokehold on the market. Maybe, listen, they didn't feel like it was very justified. And it's always that transitional period between consoles where, hey, this is available on the old and the new. And then at some point they cut the cord saying, hey, we not putting nothing else on the 4. They're still supporting the PS4. Like, there's still games that come out on the PS4 even at this point. So that should tell you that it's that many of them still in the marketplace. And like, a lot of people, and I just looked it up, a lot of people agree that the PS5 Pro is very unnecessary. It doesn't give you any bang for your buck. And a lot of people reference that it was a big jump from the PS4 to the PS4 Pro. Why? Hey, me and my cousin, I do recall we played certain games. That PS4, baby, that bitch, you can hear that bitch going into overtime. That bitch was work. And that mofo, I remember that was part of the marketing. Like, hey, it will load faster, it'll be smoother, blah 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 blah, all the word salad shit that was actually real. It was real value in going to the Pro version than from the regular version. Nah, it ain't nothing. it's gonna run the same. So it's gonna run the same on a PS5 that I already had to work through because when the PS5 released, the scalpers was crazy. It was a crazy time. So I feel a little more emotionally attached to my PS5 because baby, I got it at a time where you couldn't get none. Like they were sold out everywhere. So I feel emotional attachment to my PS5. So it's gonna take a lot for me to let it go. And I'm not even sure if I will get rid of it because of that attachment and the fact that it got me through the rough times of, that whole shutdown era. Sony, you can suck everything possible that's graphic. I'm not paying 750 for this. You ain't working hard for my money. Working hard enough. You're not giving me enough value for my money. So, but let me know what you got your thoughts on this topic, Infamous.
I'm gonna just come out and say no. Hell no.
Fuck no.
Fuck no. I don't know how to say no in many different languages besides that it's all
Nuh-uh.
no. Hell no. Whatever.
Not in this
But
lifetime. Not ever.
absolutely not. To piggyback off my cousin, when the PS4 Pro came out, you saw the difference in it. There were many games where, as I'm sure any of you viewers, consumers can agree with, when you played a PS4, well, it was chugging. Sound like a jet engine in your room. You're like, hey man, is somebody got the fan on? That's how loud
Yes.
it was.
Yes.
That's how loud it was from what was going on. And when you put certain games in, you be like, oh, it loaded faster, ran a bit smoother. The PS5 Pro, that's not happening. There's some games to where the PS5 Pro version, it runs worse. And you can see this in the fact that there are some developers, PS5 Pro versions of their games or updates for it. They're like, it's just not all that important right now. I think Silent Hill 2 runs worse on the PS5 Pro. Borderlands 4, it has an issue where it runs worse. The PS5, the hardware just is not hardwaring to where it's automatically making things better. That ain't happening. And it's like, how? Like I said,
Houseway.
from the 4 to the Pro, you notice the difference.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you have your naysayers and your corporate supporters. You all are fucking crazy. These corporations do not love you. They're not your friend.
They
They're not
don't
your
care
fucking buddy.
about you.
They don't care about you. You all support them and try to, the T word, inflation. Who cares? They make millions, if not billions, and you don't. They can eat these costs and they choose not to. But the PS5 Pro is a product of old Sony, PS3 ignorant Sony. And they were like, hey, we did it once, we can do it again. But it was totally fucking unnecessary to the point where it's like they even raised the price on it. It's like, well, why? Because one thing I will tell you, they have never released the pricing. I'm not sorry, the
The
sales
sales.
of PS4 Pros
And they
and
won't.
5.
They
And they
won't.
won't. We all know it is not the creme de la creme. It is not the system to replace the main. It is for the hardcore audience, the true enthusiasts. It is a complete waste of money. And then they had the nerve to not only price it at $700, because when it came out for $700, I was like, I was expecting this to be $600. They had the nerve to raise the price on it. You made it $750. Who's buying that? The
Look,
same
who,
as who
what,
the hell
when,
buying
where.
an $800 Xbox One? You corporations think that as you pay people less, that they're going to buy more. And that ain't happening. Not at all. In my eyes, it is not worth the juice, the squeeze. It ain't worth any of it. It's not worth it. How are you making games run worse than the original? I still have the original 2020
Yeah.
launch day PS5.
Yeah. No issues.
No issues. Every now and then, maybe a small hiccup, but hey, that's technology.
Look,
But
I
it was
haven't I haven't ran into nothing that ever made me think, "Oh, I need to go spend 750 to get the Pro."
if you're gonna pay those prices for your hardware to game, then the statements I've made before are becoming true and true. Gaming will become a luxury. Fun will become a luxury.
I
For
feel
you
like
to
it
have
already
entertainment,
is.
it'll become a luxury, and that's not how things are supposed to go or be.
People gonna start making hard decisions with these consoles and these gaming consoles. Like, listen, you're gonna have to pick one that you're gonna continue to support. You can't 9 out of 10, you're not gonna support all three. Not with all this foolishness
No,
outside.
absolutely not. Yeah, but not only just that, these corporations keep laying and laughing in your face. They want to keep raising the price and just, the consumer got it. No, we don't. No, we
Nah,
don't.
sway.
Yo, you ain't met your quarterly earning report. You don't get a yacht this summer. Oh well, people struggling. They gotta
Listen,
eat spam, and
even
you
if
all are
I
laughing
did,
and playing at people's
it
faces.
even if I did have it, I got it for you. Nah, not for gaming. Nah, I like a lot of other stuff outside of gaming. Like, no, cause it's just getting too expensive. It's already gaming is already a luxury. Entertainment is already becoming a luxury. The prices, it's just becoming so expensive. And you're not giving me a reason to spend 750. In the next 5 years, you can get me to spend 750 on a gaming console. Honestly,
No.
not at this rate. And then not you charge me $100 per game. Get the fuck out of here. Stop playing with me.
Like I said, a straight hell no, a straight fuck no, because it was not worth it. The first time around, we saw improvements. You know, it was dabbling into the magic word 4K. As we have went on, people have realized, hey, we don't care too much. At least me, I speak for myself. At least me, I know I don't give a damn about that 4K word. You all couldn't get 1080p 60 to work correctly. I
Ugh.
don't know why people believe they was gonna get 4K 60 working when they couldn't
Yeah.
get the last one working. Nah, I'm cool. You all are not living up to your hype. It was not worth it. It still ain't worth it. Launch day,
Mhm.
baby. Still running strong.
Mhm. Like I said,
Take it away, Chief.
I got emotional attachment to my PS5 just because how I got it and the lengths I had to do and the fact that like literally people was like, "Dang, you got a PS5? You actually got one? You beat the bots?" Like,
As a matter of fact, if I remember correctly, you got me mine.
yeah, from Costco.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, yeah, dang, such crazy times. But that's before you start
Crazy,
having a Costco
crazy.
membership, not to plug
Yep.
Costco. But yeah, man, like I said, yeah. So definitely hit the comments below. Do you have a PS5 Pro? And then please give us the backstory on how and why you determined to buy it. Are you just an enthusiast who was like, oh, it's the Pro, and maybe your PS5 something happened to it, or who knows? Maybe you got rid of your Xbox and you was like, you know what, let me just go ahead and get the Pros. And you've already gave up on physical games. So the digital thing didn't really deter you. I don't know. I need options. So I still need a disc. If there's still discs being made, I'm always gonna need that option to have the disc on my game console. I'm sorry, but not sorry. But hit the comments below. Let me know how you feel about the topic, and if you still got listen, hit the comments if you still got a PS4. Let it know a
Hell
PS4
yeah.
Pro. Yeah, hit the comments. Let me know if you still rocking with the PS4 and the PS4 Pro. Yeah, that's crazy.
And that's it for this video of Are You Not Entertained podcast. Thanks for hanging out with us. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell so you'll never miss our next hot take. Until next time, Are You Not Entertained?